Yo, what's poppin'? I'm Ace, and for this video, I'm gonna be covering Burn the Witch. Spoilers ahead, so keep that in mind. So this is Kubo's successor to Bleach, and even with that being kinda massive, I went into it with a clear mind. You know, I'm not trying to project Bleach onto it or like have these big ass expectations for it. And to be honest with you, man, I thought it banged. So at first, this was basically just a one-shot manga. It was pretty popular, so it got extended, and that extension got turned into a movie, or like I guess 3 episodes of anime, because that's how I watched it. And honestly, dude, I can't wait for more to be released. In Burn the Witch, we follow Nini and Noelle, 2 witches from reverse London, and they're pretty cool, to be honest. I'm not gonna do hella Bleach comparisons or anything, but Noelle kind of reminded me of a modern Rukia in a way, like design wise and slightly personality wise, although she does differ from her. Fuck, actually all the characters felt kind of just like modern and new, I guess. I don't know if that's the best description, but I guess what I'm getting at is that they didn't feel dated or like reskinned Bleach characters, because I know some mangaka know a formula and stick to it no matter what. And although I went into it with an open mind, that was an initial concern I kind of had. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Bleach, I love the characters, but I was afraid that Kubo would lean hella hard on it and try to copy paste or something, kind of like Hiro Mashima does with his work with like Fairy Tail and Eden Zero, which I mean isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm glad he was able to do something different. It's not entirely new, since I'm pretty sure it takes place in the Bleach universe, but it's definitely its own thing. As of right now, there's no recurring characters from Bleach or anything major like that. It's mostly just like one-off remarks like, oh, the branch in Japan does this better, or shit like that. And to be honest, I don't think it needs to have heavy Bleach involvement. If it does at some point have like Ichigo or some other Shinigami from Soul Society, cool. But if not, I feel like the series can stand on its own, to be honest. The story for what we have right now is pretty simple, but I think it serves as a dope introduction. It picks up from the original one-shot in the anime, so I'll try and summarize everything simply. They're in London and its counterpart reverse London, and in that area they protect the real world from these dragons that spawn in and cause havoc. We start off by meeting this guy Noelle knows named Bargo, and homie's kinda unlucky as shit. Dude is a part of a super small portion of the population that just happens to attract these dragons towards them. He's known as a dragonclad, and in the original one shot we're kinda just introduced to him and established that Nini and Noelle are tasked with now protecting him, since he attracts dragons to himself and is kinda at risk at all times, and to be honest, he kinda puts others at risk as well. Moving past that, we get to the next 3 manga chapters. The anime, or movie I guess, picks up from there and adds more background on Nini. In the original one shot, there's hints that she's pretty popular. We see that she's got like a billboard ad or some shit, but here we're just shown and told that she's basically a super popular idol. The plot then pivots over and revolves around one of her idol co-workers, and to a lesser degree, Bargo as well. To sum it up, basically she's been harboring a dragon for a while, and now it goes on a rampage. The higher ups at Reverse London basically just want her gone, along with Bargo for the incident in the original one shot, which I kinda just skipped, but he essentially just attracts a large dragon to himself and a huge crowd of people. So yeah, with that information, Noelle and Nini protect them and stave off this dude sent by Reverse London named Bruno Bangknife. After that, they just work together, take down the dragon with some external help, and the show ends with Bargo being spared and things going back to normal. I gave out like a basic ass synopsis. There's more to it, so for sure you should go watch or read it to get like the whole gist of it. But moving past that, I guess I'll just go through what I liked the most, since I didn't really say much about what I enjoyed throughout the summary I gave. For starters, the pacing and overall flow felt good, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a pacing guy. Like, dude, I'm caught up with the One Piece anime and manga, and I enjoyed every moment of the anime and the manga. Like, to me, as long as I'm enjoying it, like, I don't really care if the pacing is ass. Like, fuck it, I'll watch that shit if I'm enjoying it. Like, I don't care. But with that being said, I could still appreciate how well this was handled for sure. They explained things and gave out info, but the story didn't come to a stop to try and explain stuff. I also just liked how we jump into an already established world and just join up at a random point in time. It's not the beginning of anything. We don't have to see entrance exams, some kind of boot camp, or their first introduction into the world of witches. I'm sure we'll probably get a glimpse of that kind of thing something at some point, but for sure I think this was a cool way of starting the series off. Another thing I really enjoyed were the characters. I touched a bit on this already, but they were all pretty dope. Kubo nailed the names and designs for the characters. Even the name of the series, like bro, Burn the Witch, that's a fire ass name for a series. Kinda just like how Bleach is a dope name. But yeah, continuing with what I was saying, dude doesn't miss when naming characters. Like Nini Spanko, No Niashi, Balugo Parks, Bruno Bang Knife. The names for the characters just sound cool as shit to me. Comparing to Bleach real quick, like for example, Kurosaki Ichigo, Coyote Stark, Yoroichi, Kubo just doesn't miss with names that he keeps hitting with Burn the Witch. Off topic, but before I set out on TSK Ace, I was actually gonna use Kurosaki Ichigo as a base or like inspiration for a name, just cause I thought, and I still do think, that the name just sounds hard as hell. That's besides the point though. The character designs are another thing I loved about Burn the Witch. Like here, I'ma flash up Nini and Noel real quick. Like bro, they look cool as fuck. They use like pipe gun looking things which turn into like little dragons, and I mean they're pretty cool. They got like this whole British vibe to them, I guess, or whatever. I mentioned this dude earlier as well, but Bang Knife, that dude is cool as fuck. Deadass, when I saw him use his dragon, I was hyped as fuck. Like dude, it just looks dope as shit. He had like this cool mask at some point too, and he just looked fire as hell. I mean look at him, he just looks dope. Homie's dripped out. He had this whole graffiti thing going on too, and his overall streetwear or like street inspired aspect to him was just cool as fuck to me. Definitely want to see more from him as like the series progresses. But yeah, Kubo's art style just lends itself super well to what he's trying to do here. He's always had a good eye for drippy character designs, and his art is actually really fucking good. Best out of the big three for sure. And I mean, it's just on full display here. I can't really think of a complaint I really had while watching this on the spot right now. I guess the only thing would be that I could see some people not liking that we're just thrust onto an already existing world. Like the protagonists are already witches, we don't get to see their come up, and I know some people just love seeing that sort of thing, especially from like shonen. But yeah, basically I can just see some people wanting a more traditional starting point from the series. I don't though, like I don't care. Like I mentioned earlier, I really like this approach instead, since Kubo can just jump straight into things while giving introductory exposition along the way if needed. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I also liked it because the way it's written, or I guess the angle he takes here, he just like writes it in a way that even though you're thrust into this unfamiliar world, you don't really feel like it's an unfamiliar world, if that makes sense. At no point throughout me watching or reading it was I like, what the fuck is this? What is going on? What the hell is that? What's a witch? What, you know what I'm saying? Like it was all pretty intuitive, and even though like I don't know shit about the world here, I still kind of feel like I understand, if that makes sense. But yeah, the ending was cool as well. They had like the words Burn the Witch pop up, and then red came over to spell out Bleach. I thought that was sick, since I've never really seen an author reference their previous works in like a title before, and the way he just set up the title so that in like the promo and stuff it always just spells out the words Bleach. I think that's sick. With that being said though, I think that's about all I wanted to cover. Hopefully I didn't forget something. I know I didn't really go hella in depth into like the plot, but I mean, I didn't really want to ruin that for the people that are potentially gonna just watch this for the first time. And like, I know I don't got pulled like that. Like, I'm not making people watch shows because of my videos or anything. But maybe there's like that one person who stumbles upon this and is like, hey, maybe I'll check this out. I've never seen it. You know, I don't want to like kill that for them, if that makes sense. But yeah, I could have for sure touched on a couple things here and there. But like, I don't want to just fucking spew shit out just to say shit and just throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks. For now though, check out Burn the Witch. It's dope. You don't gotta read or watch Bleach to understand it. It's its own standalone thing. And I mean, if you didn't get it from the video already, it's just fucking cool as fuck. It's super dope. For sure though, subscribe, like, comment, and share the video and channel around. I'm trying to grow, so that would be lit. And yeah, that's about it. Later.